I was 20 years old when I found out that shrimp could become radioactive. Yes, you heard that right. Apparently, there was this shrimp at Walmart that had to be recalled because apparently there was a possible chance that it became radioactive. Now, I'm sure it didn't just spontaneously become radioactive. I don't see that happening. I don't see how a fucking food product just spontaneously becomes radioactive. I'm sure something got on it. From what I understand, something got onto the shrimp while they were transporting it or something like that, and that chemical or whatever that was on it is obviously radioactive, and the shrimp now is radioactive, right? There's a very big possibility that shrimp now is contaminated with that radioactiveness, that contamination that got out. And this just brings me to my next point that literally just Walmart just fucking sucks. Like, I feel like this shouldn't have happened in the first place. I get that mistakes happen, but I mean, this shouldn't have happened in the first place. I don't understand how radioactive chemicals just somehow managed to mix with fucking shrimp. Like, that I don't see how that happens. I don't know. I don't really work with food transportation, so maybe I'm just talking out of my ass, but I just see like to me that just seems like such a far stretch for something like that to happen, and somehow it still managed to happen. So yeah, I really think that someone is here to blame for that. Who, I don't know, but definitely someone is to blame for that because that's just ridiculous, honestly. Anyways, speaking of Walmart, I'm not gonna lie, I really do hate Walmart. I have like a personal vendetta against Walmart. I'm not gonna lie, I literally try not to shop there as often as possible. I can tell you so many things that I've encountered that have just made me hate Walmart. And of course, you can't forget the crash outs at Walmart. Here's my personal favorite. I found it on Reddit.
I told you if you come back in here, you can't. I told you that you're not supposed to come back in here, right?
So yeah, anyways, Walmart it just fucking sucks. I'm not gonna lie. First of all, the first thing that I can think of from the top of my head is their food. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think their food is really that fresh. Literally just the other day, I got some apples. I'm not gonna lie, they didn't really taste that fresh. I usually shop at Aldi's. When I get my own food, my mom isn't doing the shopping and I'm getting the food, I'm gonna fucking shop at Aldi's. Aldi's is way cheaper than Walmart, and sure, it's not as big as Walmart, so they might not have as much stuff, but it's way cheaper, and it has everything I need to get. Really, like when I'm getting groceries, it has literally everything I need to get. Their food is fresher, and I also feel like their food is a lot healthier. It just has like less preservatives and shit. Like for example, if you get the packaged guac, it literally only has like 3 or 4 ingredients, as opposed to the packaged guac that you get at Walmart, which has like almost like fucking 20 freaking ingredients. That just goes to show how much healthier and like less processed the food at Aldi's is. And you can really taste the difference. I'm not gonna lie. I got some apples from Walmart the other day, and it's like the apples were literally like, they were literally like soggy. Like they weren't even that fresh. If you eat apples, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of an apple connoisseur, but if you eat apples consistently, you'll know what I'm talking about. You always want a crunchy apple, and Walmart isn't, no, I always get the Honeycrisp apples, because those are consistently the most crunchiest, and they also just taste great, but like, the ones I got from Walmart, they were not that fresh. It was pretty mealy. I don't really like apples like that, but anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here. I know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty obsessed with apples, but yeah, it's just every time I go to Walmart, it's a horrible, shitty experience. I remember one time I went to Walmart, literally a fucking power outage went on Walmart, and all the computers had to reset. I literally ended up taking an additional 15 to 30 minutes extra in Walmart because of that. Another time I went to Walmart, literally half of their checkout machines weren't fucking working for some reason. I don't know why. Why is it that every time I go to Walmart, half of their self-checkout machines aren't even in service? Like, what is that? I go to Aldi's, pretty much all their machines are working, except for like maybe like 1 or 2. But for the most part, all their machines are constantly working. In fact, last time I went, all of their machines were working. Not even one of them was not working. So I don't know why Walmart just can't get their shit together and have all their self-checkout machines work. Walmart is the only place where I have problems with their self-checkout machines. I'm not like an idiot by any means. Like, I actually know how to use technology. I just don't know what it is with Walmart self-checkout machines. I always struggle with them. In fact, I actually went with my friend once, and one of the self-checkout machines was so slow. We only had to check out. I was with my friend, and we only had to check out like maybe like 1 or 2 items. It was like a couple items. It wasn't anything that much. It wasn't anything crazy, right? Yeah, it ended up taking 15 minutes to check out like just those like 1 or 2 items because the machine was that slow that day. I don't know what it was. My friend, that literally pissed off my friend off so much. He said he was literally never going to go to Walmart ever again. That's how much it fucking made him crash out. I'm not even gonna lie. But don't even get me started on Apple Pay. Guess what? Walmart doesn't even accept that shit. How do we not accept Apple Pay in the big 2025? No, they want you to use their own proprietary payment system, which is called Walmart Pay. How convenient is that? I've heard that it's not very secure compared to Apple Pay and Android Pay. Apple Pay, I don't know about Android Pay, but Apple Pay is very secure because it generates its own card number every single time, which is obviously going to make it more secure, right? Because if they steal your card information, they can't really do much of anything because the card number is different each time, right? Makes it more secure. Walmart Pay, on the other hand, I'm pretty sure, I don't know how Walmart Pay works, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't do that. And I've heard people theorize that the reason why they want you to use Walmart Pay, and I'm not surprised if this is the reason why, is because that way they can target more personalized ads for your shopping experience. I don't know where I heard this, people theorize this from, but I'm not surprised if that's the actual reason. It's just such anti-consumer. I can't think of another store that doesn't accept Apple Pay. Literally everywhere I go accepts Apple Pay, but not Walmart. I don't like bringing my card anywhere because I'm the kind of person who just loses my shit all the time. If I carry anything other than like my phone in my pocket and my keys, I'm literally gonna lose it. It's gonna happen. I've lost my wallet 3 times. I'm not a very organized person, so I like to keep the bare essentials. And one of the things I don't like to carry is my wallet because I could technically just carry the wallet on my phone with all my Apple Pay cards. I can't do that if I'm at Walmart. I just simply cannot do that because Walmart wants me to use their own proprietary payment system. Why the fuck do they want me to use their own proprietary payment system? I should be able to use Apple Pay if I want to. I don't want to use Walmart Pay, and I don't think any of you guys want to use Walmart Pay either. Fuck that shit, bro. Last but not least, don't work at Walmart. You're not going to have a good working experience. I have a friend that works at Walmart, and he says they literally never give you days off, at least at the Walmart that he works at. I don't know how things work in other stores, but at least in the place that he works at, they literally never give him days off when he asks for them. One time, he needed to go to court, for personal reasons, and obviously, if they tell you that you need to go to court, you need to go to court, right? There's no if, and, or buts about that. And he told Walmart in advance, weeks in advance, hey, I can't show up to work on said day. And he told them multiple times, and they just did not allow him to, they didn't allow him to take that day off. Obviously, he didn't end up showing up that day. He just had to risk losing his job. But it's just so ridiculous. Like, I don't understand why Walmart doesn't let you take time off when you need it. He says it's also very hard to ask for, like, an extended vacation or a break if you need to. I just don't understand. This should be basic stuff that Walmart should allow you to do, but somehow they don't allow you to do it. Not really sure what's going on there. But yeah, moral of the story, don't work at Walmart. Don't go to Walmart. It's not a good experience. I don't like Walmart. I'm not gonna lie, I always shop at Aldi's. Aldi's is goated. Aldi's is so cheap and their food is pretty fresh, I'm not gonna lie. So honestly, I just shop at Aldi's. I don't really go to Walmart. Fuck Walmart. But yeah, let me know what you think. Do you like Walmart? Do you hate Walmart? Let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, share the video. It helps. And I'll see you guys in the next one.